Hi everybody. Today's video is gonna be my CD collection. As you can, I don't know if you can see all of this, but my CD collection part 2 video. It's my second shelf and a little bit of my third shelf of my CD rack. So I'm just gonna like last year, just like say who the artist is, what kind of genre of music they do, and maybe if there's a story involved, I'll add that to. If not, I'm just gonna go on to the next artist or whatever. The first CD is Tyrese Gibson's first CD. Came out in 1998. It's R&B soul music. If you didn't know, he is a singer/dancer, but you may know him more for his role as Roman Pierce in the Fast and the Furious movies 2 through 8. So that's Tyrese, his debut album. The next couple albums are Tyrese albums, so I'm not going to say any more on that. But here's the second album. It came out in 2001, sorry. Called 2000 Watts. It was originally supposed to come out in 2000, but then the record company was messing with the release date, so. Right, here's his second album. And here's his third album titled I Want to Go There. Kind of love the cover on that one, but don't know why that would be. Here's his fourth album called Alter Ego. One side's an R&B album, you know, just with him singing, and the second CD is called, well, it's the same title, but he goes by, his rap name is Black Tie. Not very original. Anyway. I like the singing album. The rap album was like, not because I've been thinking it's rap, but if they have a good message behind the music, I love hip-hop that has a good message to it, but if it's just about the same, you know, certain topics. Anyway. Moving on to Janet Jackson, who's like my favorite female artist of all time. And I've seen her in concert once on her All For You tour on July 7th, 2001 in Portland, Oregon. Here's her very first album from 1982. It's self-titled. It was back when she was a teenager. It's 80s popcorn, fluffy pop, but sometimes, corny fluffy pop is fun, so, here's her second album called Dream Street. Came out in 84. If you could not tell by the cover what year it came out in. Same style as her first album. Anyway. And here's her third album, and her first mainstream popular hit was her Control album from 1986. This has hits like, Control, Nasty, What Have You Done For Me Lately, Pleasure Principle, When I Think of You, Let's Wait a While. Were all hit singles off that album. And her next one is all the ones from here on out are pretty much like big albums, so I'm not going to keep saying it. Here's her Rhythm Nation album from 1989. And her singles from here were like Rhythm Nation, Miss You Much, Love Will Never Do, Alright, Escapade, Black Cat, Come Back to Me were all singles off that album. Yes, there were a lot of singles. They released a boatload of singles at that time. And here's her Janet album, which came out in 1993. I'm just gonna name off the singles right quick, because why not? So maybe it gives you a point of reference or whatever. The singles were That's the Way Love Goes, You Want This, If. It's really hard to write because the coloring of the lettering and the background is like hard to read. Let's see, What I'll Do is a single, Funky Big Band, Because of Love, Again. Anytime, Any Place were all singles off that album. If you want to ask me what my favorites off each of these albums, I'll be glad to tell you in the comments, but I just didn't want to ramble too much, because if you get me started on music, I'll just like be talking about it for ages. But anyway, here's the greatest hits album of a decade. Came out in 1995, and the only new music on this is Runaway, which was a single, and 24 Play, which was also a single, but I think only in Europe or something like that. And here's her, here's her sixth album, Velvet Rope. Came out in 1997. Can't believe it's 20 years old, almost 20 years old now. Anyway. And singles off this one were Got Till It's Gone, Go Deep, Together Again, Every Time, and I Get Lonely. We're all singles from now. And here's her seventh album, Happy Janet, and also another titled album. It's All For You, which came out in 2001, and this is the tour I was talking about. This is I saw her on opening night of this tour in Portland. She was really supposed to open up in, I think it was Vancouver, but then something happened and, it was a venue. Anyway, so she ended up opening in Portland. No, or she was supposed to open up in Tacoma. And then the venue was too small for her, I think, for her staging and all that. Seeing Janet in concert, we didn't have the best seats, but just seeing Janet in concert is like well worth like any money you want to pay or can pay. Singles off this album are All For You. Let's see. Son of a Gun, Someone Call My Lover, and Doesn't Really Matter, which was also on the Nutty Professor 2 soundtrack. Ooh, Don't Stack One! Woohoo! Let's see. Okay. Album number 8 is 20YO. This is a special gold edition. It got ruined because we had a humidity problem in the house, and it destroyed a lot of my books and albums and tapes, or damaged it, I should say. Singles from this album, we're so excited. With You. And I think those are the only 2 singles off of here. Oh, and Call On Me. That was her other single. Yeah, as far as I know, she only had those 3 singles from this album. Don't know why there wasn't more, but anyway. And album number 9 is Demita Joe, which is her middle names. Anyway. Look at it, we got a Happy Janet again. Singles off this were, I think, Strawberry Bounce. Let's Oh, All Night. And Just a Little While. I'm not sure if Strawberry Bounce was an actual single or not, but anyway. Album number 10. She actually has 11 albums, but I don't have the 11th one yet. It came out in 2015. I'm not telling you the years for Janet. Her albums, I was. Oh, when I told you All For You, okay. Since I'm not too far behind, let me just quickly let's see. This came out oh, I actually think this one Demita Joe came out before 20YO. This is 2004. This is 2008, I think. Oh no, this is 2008. So I think this is 2006 and 2004. I'll just put all the facts down below if I can remember. If I don't, nudge me or something. Here's Discipline. I'm trying my best, people, but some like these dates are like really hard to like read because they're like really small print. Singles. This is from 2008. This is 10th album. Yeah. The singles off this were Feedback, Rock With You, and I think that, oh, and Discipline maybe? I'm not sure if that was a single or not. Anyway, there's that album, and hopefully the rest of this video will go more smoothly than it has so far. Next artist is Jessica Simpson, who hasn't put an album out in a while, but she's working on her new one. This is her debut album called Sweet Kisses. It came out in 1999. The singles off this one were I Want to Love You Forever, I Think I'm in Love, Where You Are. I think that was all the singles off that one, actually. Her second album, called Irresistible, came out in 2001. And her singles off this one were Irresistible, I think a little bit, let's see. I actually thought there are only singles off here, maybe there's singles videos I missed, I don't know. I'm just doing what I know, Anyway, let's see. Here's her third album, In This Skin. Came out 2003. Singles off this were Sweetest Sin, With You. And that's it. There should have been more singles because that is a really good album. And here's her Christmas album, called Rejoice, and it came out in 2004. And here's her fifth album if you count the Christmas album. This one's titled A Public Affair, and it was released in 2006. And the singles off this were A Public Affair, and I think that's actually all the singles that were released off that. Yet again, don't know why. Now we're moving on to one of my favorite girl group, or female groups of all time, Destiny's Child. almost saw them in concert once because they were opening up for TLC on their fan mail tour back in like January of 2000. And that's right when our concert was happening. They were switching from the, these 4 members to these members. And there was one other girl. Anyway. So, but we did see Christina Aguilera opened up for TLC, so I got to see Christina Aguilera and TLC, so woo-woo. Anyway, the singles off this one. Oh, this came out in 98. 98. Okay. It's self-titled. No 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 Part 1 and 2 were both singles. With Me was a single. And I think that's it. As far as I know. Here's their second album, Writings on the Wall. And singles off this were Bills, 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 Bugaboo, such a cute name. Let's see. Jumpin', Jumpin', Say My Name. All singles off that one. Here's their third album, Survivor. Anyway, this came out. Oh, did I say when this came out? I don't think I did. This is 1999. And here, the third album came out in 2001 with Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle. The first album with just the 3 of them. And the singles off this one were Independent Women, Part 1, Survivor, Bootylicious, I think those were all the, I'm trying to remember like the music videos from this album. I think those were all the ones from the US singles anyway. And here's their Christmas album, 8 Days of Christmas, came out in 2001 also. I think the only single off this one was 8 Days of Christmas. I can remember for sure. And here's their fourth and last album. It came out in 2004 called Destiny Fulfilled. And their singles off this one were Lose My Breath, Soldier, Cater to You. And yeah, those were the singles off that one. Right there. And that's my video for this week. Hopefully, I won't have to make, won't be need for a lot of editing. Hopefully, not too many. If you have any questions about the albums or my favorite songs on the albums or any of that, feel free to leave it in the comments and I will answer as soon as I can. And thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you've subscribed. Thanks for watching if you're just watching. And till next time.